Hello, friends and lovers. Welcome back to Hades 2. I got kind of an interesting request here, I guess, in a sense. And it's not the first time I've seen this happen. Sometimes I get people to simply ask me, can you just do a run where you choose the best options every time? And you might think to yourself, like, well, don't you always do that? And the truth is, no, I probably don't always do that. But I think 9 out of 10 options is usually me taking, like, the best thing I can think of. But I guess I'm going to highlight that and kind of try to explain why the best option is the best option to me best I can. So this pairs well with aspect of Medea, which for my personal playstyle is probably the best aspect I can blow through a run with, basically. Jewel Prom, I do think that is the best. I do think Rocky is the best if you want damage output just for that crit chance. I mean, yeah, bing bang bosh. Jewel Palm pairs super well with this aspect, where we're just going to be hitting the attack and special button over and over again. I do have a video that explains this weapon and how to play it a little bit better if you're interested. 32 Fear is obviously not the best, but it's fine. Now, I don't know. Sometimes when I see these requests, it's like, do they mean damage? Do they just mean the best option overall? Are they just looking for tips on what they should be taking, maybe? Maybe that's what it should be. So I guess that's what I'm going to attempt to do here. I don't plan to make this run last a long time, but yeah, Medea, super strong, and the really easy way to explain this is to roll your thumb across the attack into the special button, like, very rapidly. Just, like, do it. And that cancels the animation of the attack. Don't think about, like, oh, do I load 1 attack, 2 attacks, 3 attacks? Don't even think about that. Just do this. Watch the shells go down, and it looks like you can't even see me using the attack, right? You can't see Mel loading the attack in, because the attack animation is getting canceled by the special. Okay, Apollo is a great option here. Unfortunately, Apollo did not give us the attack. So these options are just not great overall. I wouldn't want his special here practically at all, because the extra area isn't a benefit, and it doesn't apply a curse for origination long-term, so that's just bad, straight up. Lucid Gain is kind of an okay magic regen here. Solar Ring is also okay, mostly just for the purposes of applying days. I don't need a really good boon here. I guess I'm thinking Lucid Gain is probably fine for a long-term build, even if we're where we might spend a lot of magic, and we might do that. That's probably the best I could do. Okay, so the hammer really dictates what's going to happen. And how strong this build's going to be. There's some really good hammers here. There's some not so good hammers here out here for sure, too. Okay, we got at least one good one. So Mega Driver, generally just not good across any aspect. This just doesn't do a whole lot. The launching faster doesn't matter. Plus 50% damage during special. Doesn't matter for most of these aspects. Looming Ignition is okay, because the blast area and the damage can go up beforehand. So it's okay. It's takeable. But Boosted Ignition is definitely the best one here. After your dash or special, your attacks are faster and they have plus 15 power. It's perfect for aspect of Medea, isn't it? Because we're specialing to blow up our attacks. So they're going to get that additional power, which means like Aphrodite or Apollo's attack will fit splendidly in there. We're going to check these other doors. I hope I remember to always take the quote-unquote best option here. And not goof around and just say, oh, I wonder how this works. Let's try that. Not really interested in Selene. Max Magic probably won't matter too much, so we're going to take the money. When we have Lucid Gain already, Max Magic is very, 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 very low priority, since we get magic back in such a way. Okay, we got an Egg Room. Okay, Ares is interesting here. We also got Narcissus, who's going to randomize the options here. I think I'm going to go Ares, though. Well, Narcissus will give us random things, but a lot of those things are just not great. I'm happy with Ares' attack here. Or special? Or special, I think. I'm happy with it. Yeah, it's fine. Would I prefer the attack? I actually don't know. I'm not sure there, actually. We got a Yarn being offered to consider here. We have a shop, we have Zeus, we have Hef. The best option here is probably to go Zeus, even though we've already filled in the special. Zeus works really well on the special slot here. But that didn't happen, right? He still works very well on the attack, nevertheless. Even though we did take some jazz. But I kind of just want to... I think we still want to take the shop, though. And be patient about who we put on the attack. He's really good for the attack. Zeus is just always... It's like the best damage output god ever. But I think we can wait. The truth is, I don't think Aphrodite's attack boon is that good. But I don't really want to gamble on Hef either. I don't think it's that hot. Because the percentage is just not that high. Unfortunately, we cannot fight Zag. I'm not interested in Selene for this run probably at all. We got Rapture Ring. And that's going to be the best option here for sure. 100%. I mean, the rarity is a little captivating. Shameless Attitude is a nice boon for later on, but we really want to activate Origination and have 2 curses, so that's fine. And the attack doesn't apply that anyway. I'm going to take that rock, too. We're too weak for Zag right now, sorry. So we're actually skipping the mini-boss here. I think that's kind of correct, because... I don't know, you can see if Hef's attack appears here, but this is an 8-zone Dream Dive, which I probably forgot to mention at the start of this, but this is what we've been doing lately. Meaning we do all 8 zones across all of the run. Ugh, bad options here. Near, near. Ooh, that's good, though. So it is a mod made by Zerp. Thank you so much for this mod, because it's added a lot of life to the game for me. Okay, I already lost. No surprise there. We're definitely going to take this trial. Hef's attack, or sorry, no, Apollo's attack would actually be the best probably here. Yeah, we have Origination through a source. Guess I'll pick up Ares first. I don't know how much it really matters. I do not want his attack. You don't want 2 sources of wounds. That'd be really bad. Unfortunately, speed from the plasma does nothing for this weapon. Oh, right. Profuse bleeding. I was going to say, I was remembering the old profuse bleeding. Okay, but applying the blade damage is actually okay. It took me... My mind was... entered error mode there a little bit. Okay. Yeah, profuse bleeding is fine. I mean, we have this DPS tracker on the left, so you can tell. Profuse bleeding isn't super exciting here. In practically any run where I've had it. But it does something, I guess. It did something that the other things did not. Now, you might look at like that perfect image and be like, that has to be the best option, right? And the answer is no, not really, I'm afraid. I'm afraid not. I think the attack is still the best thing you can fill in here. We got our 2 curses, so we don't have to worry about that. This could come back or something. We really just want to fill in a good attack here. This might lead to his legendary long term. Do we want his legendary? It really depends on a couple other things. But I think this is still the best option here. The extra size that you get from that is actually really, really, really important. I'm actually going to go to the shop here because I could really use some max health. I did not get offered any max health. Okay. We don't need max magic as already discussed. We only have 80, so I think I am going to buy this armor. And we are going to buy Hestia. She doesn't have a lot of direct boons that we want here, but she has fire boons. And I really want Slow Cooker for this probably now. Slow Cooker is her infusion that gives you power per fire element that you have. Controlled Burn is useless. We're never going to use the Omega Special. Heat Rush is borderline useless because I'm not going to be sprinting around really. So Flash Rise is the only takeable boon. And Flash Rise is actually a better boon than you might think. A better boon than you might think. Turns out Hef might have been pretty decent this run, actually, in hindsight. I'm looking at, like, the gods and everything. So Hef really depends on rarity and palms. And we have the palms from Jeweled Palm, so he's more consistent with this keepsake, I should say, of course. Wah. Oh, boy. It's hard for me to spend magic to keep the Huntress activated here because of Lucid Gain. Whirlpool. Okay, we got you. Let's get up here. Okay, we got her. I love this weapon. And it feels like super fluid. Almost feels like a separate game. But at the same time, I've played it so much already at this rate. It does get a bit on the, you know, if I'd call it boring. A little samey, maybe, perchance. Little samesies. Okay, so it's actually the special on the top of the meters there, as you can see. That's our special boon, then the attack boon. Yeah, the wounds is actually doing pretty well when you have a lot of separate enemies. Versus, like, Cerberus, with, like, one enemy for most of the fight, it'd probably be a different story. But because we were able to apply the wounds to each individual enemy continuously, it did quite well. Okay. I don't think this is even, like, greedy or goofy. I actually think this aromatic file is quite nice here. If it hits the attack, that's amazing. If it's the special, it's amazing. If it's Flash Right, it's okay. If it's Lucid Gain, that's bad. So 3 out of 4 are good hits, basically.
Might as well.
Yay! Attack rarefied. Now 150% damage. I'm not going to buy that yarn. I don't think that's a good choice. We're not going to sell anything here either. I am very low on max health. I just realized we had life tax from Jeweled Palm there, so I probably didn't need to buy the armor when I did, but oh well. We actually managed to hold the armor even. More money, I guess. So by the end of this run, I was kind of saying I don't think Hef is a good choice, because I think Hef kind of falls off by the end of a lot of these 8-zone dream dives, unfortunately. I think his Hef Blast, like, if you get, like, all the duo boons, it'll work out. But otherwise, I'm not so sure. We're going to transform this, and we get, yay, a little bit of max health finally. Okay, you don't take Chaos here. I don't think. You could pray for a high roll here, but your best option here, it's definitely going to be max health. I don't really want this Hermes boon this early on. There's not a lot that Hermes can actually do for this build, for one thing. There's like a couple boons in particular. And there's a couple of very high impact boons, potentially. Eggs. But I would like to have on Zag's Keepsake, which allows us to rarefy whatever boons we want, potentially. I think I just picked this up. So in other words, Hermes isn't a high priority. However, if you have Zag's Keepsake on, you can go for Hermes, and if you get offered the high priority boons there, or rather if you get like the great roll there, I think I just take that. Okay. Then that's a good thing. Might as well just wait in the meantime, though. These aren't meaningful. We're not going to do Arachne, I think, because her thing is temporary. We'll just go do the mini-boss now, and Hestia's fine to have here. Pop it. Baby. What do we got here? These are not good, unfortunately, again. That is too bad indeed. I'm thinking of, like, the duo boons here now. Yeah, none of these do anything. Glowing Coal actually makes this a little bit worse, I think. Because I want to be able to just drop the cast without her, like, actually chucking it and possibly missing. The damage is okay, but it's not right for this build. So then there's, like, these two options, which are both not great. I guess I'm going to fill in the sprint slot here. There we go. Our max health feels much better now, I think. Hey, and we got Artemis. That's good. So we're just kind of attack specialing into everything, you know, with no recourse, kill the enemies before they can even do anything to you. That's all we're kind of hoping for. Dashing away right afterwards, potentially. And you're golden. Trying to watch the enemy I'm about to ram into and deciding last second if it matters. Yeah, well. Okay. Thank you, Artemis. I wish we had Zagreus' Keepsake for this now. I wanted to think about this. Okay. One of the high priority boons from... Sorry, one of the best boons, not high priority necessarily. One of the best boons we can get from Hermes is success rate, but you need a random chance in order to activate it. So we actually got 3 really good critical chance boons here. They're all pretty good. Death Warrant is harder to measure, I find, and I'm not really sure how good it is. But I think we just want a PP, basically. I think you do. Vital Signs is also quite nice, too, but... We're definitely going to go to the shop now, spend some cash. We got lots of Ares. That's good here. Ares has some really good boons, potentially. Again, thinking about saving Zagreus's Keepsake for potentially more Ares here. Unfortunately, we're probably still too weak to fight Zag, and it would not be the smartest decision you can make. So again, Plasma does nothing for this aspect. It doesn't let you attack faster or special faster. It doesn't do anything. Cut Above might do something later on, depending on the hammer offers, and that's probably the best we can do, I'm afraid. And we're not going to be using an Omega cast for that. We'll get more Ares in the meantime. Don't really ever need to take any palms when you're using Jeweled Palm already. I don't know if I'd say it's like wrong. I think in this build it would be wrong though. If you have like Zeus boons and Blitz and stuff, then palms are generally more powerful. and it might be more right there. Otherwise, yeah, or a hef. So we have a Grievous Blow. 17% chance to deal double damage is amazing, as you can imagine. It is mildly tempting to try to wait and have Zagreus's keepsake on so I could have a higher rarity of this, but I probably shouldn't. It's a bit too risky, I think. We're only in zone 2, but we're feeling very, very strong here. I'm happy with our max health position, too. We need a lot more to get through all 8 of the zones, though, still, nevertheless. Because by the end of this run, these enemies have scaled up a lot. And Mel's kind of hard to scale up as fast as the enemies do. Because you kind of just run out of boons to aim for and stuff. I think I'm just going to pick this up, too. Breath of Air seems like a no. Yeah, I'm gonna weirdly skip this Hermes boon. You can only get, in a normal run, 2, maybe 3 Hermes boons, depending on certain conditions. But on average, like two Hermes boons. Since we're doing all 8 zones, we are guaranteed at least 3 Hermes boons here. Almost certainly only 3. So yeah, I kind of just want to save that for later. Potentially. Once again, Palm's not that good, and we have plenty of cash. Plenty of cash. Now Hermes is for sale. No thank you. A random Palm is worth 50 bucks probably there, though. Will the water do anything for this run? Almost certainly not. Technically possible, but almost certainly not. So I think you just skip it. I know it's only 20 bucks, but you might... I think something that's been noted is that I go through a lot of shops and I don't take the free rewards, quote unquote. I think just seeing more rewards can be more powerful than you think. But yeah, knowing the priority of each reward type is very important. Like I skipped an Aphrodite boon in the first zone, right? But at that point, I didn't need an Aphrodite boon. I needed max health to probably stay safe. Actually, that one was probably a mistake because I had life tax. So for that one, maybe I could have just taken... it's going to be you? It is. I think that means it's you? We don't have fork for this. So we're going to have to try to jump over it. Okay, we managed to do it somehow. Hecate doesn't have the speed bonus yet. If you see her after a zone, I'm not sure, maybe 3 or 4, she'll get a speed bonus. Oh, it is you. I'll be. Dark side. We filled in that dash boon because I don't think we're going to care about a dash boon here. Apollo's dash is okay. Applying daze is just kind of like a nice effect. But yeah, I think for now, for the most part, I don't think we're going to care too much.
Don't get too comfortable.
Okay.
You're not there yet.
So we're looking pretty good. We're going to put on Zagreus's keepsake now. Hopefully rarefy some meaningful boons. Now I'll pay for that boon of Hermes finally. We have no use for max magic as of this moment. We continue then. We're going to Aphira, so we get a lot of boons in this zone, so that's nice. Rather have it sooner than later. Because it's almost like too easy of a final zone. And it feels like you missed out on lots of rewards here. It's definitely the attack out of these. 15% more is pretty good. Whereas Profuse Bleeding, Cut Above, they're not really doing anything. Sad to say. We do want to take Medea. She has some very powerful effects here. We want 50 max health because that's just a lot of value for one chamber. After that... Unfortunately, the Hermes Legendary isn't super meaningful, but it might be... Oh, wait, I'm not allowed to do fun. I'm not allowed to do fun. It's kind of good because it helps wounds do more. It's actually tough here. I'm not really sure what the best option is. It kind of depends what our next hammer is going to be. And whether or not we get the hammer. I think you have to take this Traces of Spirit. I know you might say, what the hell? I thought you said max magic doesn't matter. And it's like, you're right. But we're kind of gambling on some other things happening, I guess you could say. It does nothing right now, but in the future, maybe I'm convincing myself not to then. All 3 of these are takeable. They're probably not going to be super impactful either way. I might actually take the money here. Because we don't have an extra sources of money otherwise. Yeah, I think I'm going to do that. It's fine. It's takeable. If this was your first zone, that boon is not great. But I think here it's fine. So I know I want the max health. That's one room, right? That's one. I don't want the max magic. I do want the Hermes, I say. I think I'll say, so I'll call that 2. And then we still have 3 other chambers after that. I think we want Apollo, Hestia, and Ares. Ares has Rallying Cry, which would be nice in some ways. Aphrodite has some boons we want too. But they're not as high of a priority, I think. Can't really go through every single boon that we want here. But I'm kind of like mentally trying to think of what exactly we're looking for. Like what would do the most. Slow cooker is in, baby. I only have 3 fire, but nevertheless, +6 power. Base damage on our attack when we already have a big attack multiplier is very nice. Snuffed candle could be nice later too. So that's exactly what I want from Hestia. So more fire boons is probably one of the bigger priorities. Apollo does have some fire boons. So this will help. That's sort of how we're going to scale across all 8 zones here now. Come on now. Okay, Hermes has fire too. I'll take that. Tall Order, huh? I'm not really interested in Quick Buck or Mean Streak. Tall Order is only 1 rock away from activating, so you take that. Quick Buck, we hopefully don't need that much money. And Mean Streak is very low impact. Okay, we didn't get the best things, but what can you do? Okay, so this is where we're kind of torn, but Extra Dose is kind of good. It does activate the Legendary, and the Legendary doubles your Omega attacks, which does nothing right now. There's one particular hammer with the skull weapon that is incredibly powerful that would help with. Otherwise, you could just take this fire boon to up slow cooker. I'm going to take Extra Dose, though. I think that's actually the best. Opens up the Legendary, and it does do something right now, too, in the meantime, right? 11% chance for our attacks to get duplicated. Actually sounds kind of nice. It's actually closer than you might think there. We have 3 doors left. We are going to take Ares here. We need 1 more rock to activate Tall Order that we just picked up. We might get sidetracked if we get offered, I'm thinking Rallying Cry, though. We're lucky that we crossed off Scylla early on in the run. There's Rallying Cry, huh? Mutual Destruction is okay. It also activates Tall Order. I'm sure we'll get more rock, though. I'm going to take Rallying Cry now, because only Ares can offer Rallying Cry. It boosts the wounds damage here, too. It technically boosts, like, Rapture Ring damage. Refuse Bleeding Cut Above as well. It's only Olympian damage. It does not boost our actual attack damage, but it's still a very powerful boon. 50% is a lot. Right. Okay, so now... Yeah, I think we go max health in Hermes. I think we hold out on Afro. I would like some boons from her, but I don't think I like them as much. As quickly. So we shall wait. So I don't have Rallying Cry or Tall Order activated. Let's hope we can change that soon, though. Okay, let's check out this bad boy. Very nice. Max magic doesn't matter. Is there another door here? There is not. Okay. Uno mas? I think we'd take this Hermes. I think so. Hermes has a tendency to just kind of like show up often. It's not inherently wrong to take that Aphrodite door, though. Please, game. Instead, I think 1 Aphrodite boon could do well. There's like Secret Crush. There's Shameless Attitude. I know I'm just naming boons. And picturing what those do based on purely the name is kind of tough. I still have all my rarefies from Zagreus. You might look at Nimble Limbs and be like, oh, that's got to be good with this weapon. It's useless. It does nothing, which is really annoying, isn't it? It does literally nothing. It just doesn't affect this weapon like at all. But it is rock, so is Winter Circle. And Winter Circle kind of does something, at least. It makes the damage from Rapture Ring tick faster. It does make the cast last less long. Either way, I'm not using my rarefies here, and Hermes has betrayed us a little bit. But I guess I'm going to take Winter Circle. Now, Tall Order and Rallying Cry are active, at least, so there's that. But Hermes has not really paid off. I'm trying to be patient with him, unfortunately. We got more Hestia. We're definitely going to buy that. I'll buy the Random Palm. Nice. Hit the attack. We like. Smoldering is here to swap out Rapturing, which is funny, but probably not necessary. We're probably just going to take the Snuffed Candle. Deal more damage to foes that are nowhere near other foes. Plus 21%. Pretty good. That swap is just not super meaningful. Meanwhile, we can take a boon that gives us, like, some bonus right now. It'd be more of a side grade, really. I do actually kind of like the weak effect here in these 8-zone runs, too, because enemies start hitting me like a ton of bricks, and getting some kind of percentage deduction from that is pretty good. Okay. I don't know what's with all those whiffs, but... Okay, I kind of managed to stay within that and get hit many times. Oh my god. Poisoned. Polly, please. There goes my life tax. Got him. It was a bit of a mess. 'Twas a bit of a mess. Attack is on the top, then the special, then Rapturing, then the Omega attack that I just kind of threw out there occasionally. But you can see Profuse Bleeding is a bit disappointing. You'd kind of expect it to do better when we're applying wounds pretty consistently, right? There's some dual boons that help it. It's not as good as it sounds, though. Okay, so we can take off Zagreus' keepsake, because we do keep those rarefy options. Now it gets quite questionable what we want to take here. There's the timepiece from Chronos to recycle some rewards to get more money. You want long-term things here. You don't want to put on a God keepsake and ruin what we have taken between Jeweled Palm and Calling Card. Chaos is interesting, but I don't know if it's really the best choice. It is probably Timepiece. That way we can get rid of bad rewards we don't want. We're definitely going to order this max health. There's no doubt about that.
Here goes.
So we can get rid of all the minor rewards with this. We could get rid of... If we get offered like a palm, I'd probably recycle that too. Probably a hex as well. Okay, this is great. We can finally get our next hammer here. We will be guaranteed a third eventually. Send them all back here. Come here, buddy. Thank you very much. Definitely don't purge that hammer. And we got the thing. Possessed Array. Your shells fire your Omega attack whenever retrieved, but you lose 25 magic when that happens. It is insane. If you've never seen it, absolute insanity. Now, I don't really have the magic regen to support this now. More max magic wouldn't really help either. So, kind of interesting spot here. This is actually a little tough. We have Grievous Blow. We have most of the things that we want from Ares already. We don't generate plasma. We couldn't get his legendary. I think there might be a duo boon he could give us. I'm trying to think. Actually, if he swapped out... What if he swapped out the magic regen? Would that be good? It might actually be good. Hestia, the only thing Hestia can really give us right now, I believe that'd be, is basically another fire boon. Which isn't bad. But I think I am going to do this. Okay, so now, when we pick up our shells, we get a big Omega attack explosion. It's just insanity. And now the game plays itself. So there's just explosions everywhere. It's probably hard to watch, and I'm sorry. Okay. I don't think we want to rarefy anything here still, unfortunately. I think you just take a mutual destruction here for more double damage chances. Blood Spree falls off pretty quick. Enemies just hit you too hard eventually, even by zone 4. That 40 health minimum doesn't help, and we don't use the Omega cast. Okay. Okay. I think we have one more transform, if I remember right. So I don't need to use my Omega attack or anything. I don't have to charge it. I just use my regular attack. When the shell gets picked up, boom, boom, boom. I want you in my room. I might throw down an Omega attack from time to time. Try to pillar this bird. Don't mind if I do. Let's edge around these guys if we can. I wonder how much money I've left on the ground from that Medea thing. We have 2 transforms. Oh. I transformed it into a palm, which I am now going to purge. Okay, these are bad rewards again. So, because Lucid Gain just restores a flat amount, my max magic doesn't really matter for the most part, right? Unless Lucid Gain was giving us more than our max magic presently, but it does not. So I'd rather take Selene and just recycle Selene because she's worth more money. Unfortunately, Possessed Array does not count as charging your magic. So it will not charge up. Using Possessed Array here will not charge up a Hex. Okay, we are 100% going for Apollo now. Because now we care about doubling those Omegas via his Legendary. Big time. Big time, baby. I would love to do that. We'll see if it appears, though. And then I'll explain it. Die, please. Okay, we got some max health. I'm definitely taking that. Definitely taking more Apollo here. Did not get offered the Legendary. Let me make sure we have all the prerequisites and I'm not crazy. I am not. Okay. I do not... Do I want Dazzling Display here? That's actually kind of interesting. I think we might actually end up taking that, which is fascinating to think about. We didn't get offered the Legendary. Legendary would double those Possessed Array Omega attacks. There's Perfect Image, which is fine. Dazzling Display is possibly one of the worst boons in the game. But having a Form of Daze on the enemies would be really good right now to avoid taking damage. Like any form. It's epic. It wound up epic. And it's a fire boon, so it boosts Slow Cooker from Hestia as well. This 28%, that's not going to be active all the time. I don't think it's actually as good. That is a very rare instance of that, I think. Okay, we'll take some Aphrodite here. She does have some damage increasing boons. She has a few things that can help us for sure. Lucid Gain's actually kind of keeping up for now. There's some special things about Possessed Array you need to know. It doesn't really... It's kind of weird. I wonder if it's Secret Crush or Sweet Surrender. I'm actually not sure. So unfortunately, Heartbreaker also doesn't work with Possessed Array. You will not get them from the magic that you lose here. See, notice how it specifically says you lose 25 magic. You do not use the magic. So when an Omega attack triggers via Possessed Array, it triggers things like Cut Above, actually. Because it's an Omega move. But it doesn't cost more magic because of that. Because this is a flat, you lose 25. There's no using magic here. So the whole +5 magic from Cut Above doesn't matter. Same thing for Apollo's Legendary as well. This is close. I'm not sure. It's between Sweet Surrender and Secret Crush here. And I'm not sure what the right one is here. My heart's telling me that it's Sweet Surrender. We're going to go for max health here because we have $1,900 without even noticing. I still think Krolex was still right, potentially. Potentially. I still haven't used any rarefies from Zag. If I don't get to spend all, like most of this money, then you can say that that was a wrong decision, I think. Ba-do-do-do-do-do. No fooling around today. Only the best. Only the best here. Da-da-da-da. Kind of just waiting for you to stop attacking there. Okay, we're seeing some big numbers here. I guess we're going to transform that. And we're going to get max magic, which we will then purge. Take a free Hestia boon when I have $2,300. I actually don't think it's right. I think the correct decision is to go to the shop again, because Hestia is very low priority, because there's a chance to get Apollo here is the big thing. Not punished yet, but I might be. There's so much money we can buy this. 1% more on that, or 5% more on the special. I don't think it's a meaningful choice here. Might buy that armor. It's more Ares. Not good boons again, unfortunately. This does nothing. It activates his legendary, though, which might kind of help, but only vaguely. Definitely don't use the rarefies. Unfortunately, these Zagreus rarefies, which I usually blow quite early, I've been conned into holding for too long, potentially. I could have blown him on Sweet Surrender there, which isn't a terrible choice. But I'm still just looking to hold out for some very high-impact specific boons a little bit. And just plus some more damage isn't as good as some other options there. Bottom, bottom, middle we got. Okay, honey. One great thing about this weapon is if you do wall an enemy here, you can just sit here and do this. And you can just ram Mel into the wall instead of the enemy, and you can keep triggering this possessed array. Okay, he's down. One. Trying to get him out of the flames. Oh my gosh, he's so good at the game. It's very hard to see what's going on when you got all these explosions. We got the top. We got the middle. We got the top. We got the middle. And then we got the top. The last one is always just going to be anything than whatever you just did. Okay, Omega attack is number 1 in the meters. Regular attack is second, so looking pretty good. Now, if we could get that Apollo Legendary. Oh, baby, Chef's Kiss. Cut above has kind of popped up a little bit. There is like a duo boon we could get.
Wait till you see where
there.
the stream dive takes you next.
I can't wait, my friend. Okay, so now we still want more long-term keepsakes. Moist, preferably. So, like, this only lasts so long. That's not a good option, honestly. It could ruin you. This only lasts for the zone that you have it on. This only lasts so long. There is Concave Stone, but it's messy. And it could injure us, honestly. The truth is, there's probably not a ton of options here that really help us out for so many zones that we have left here. We might eventually use a God Keepsake, but definitely not yet, because it would get rid of our Zag Keepsake charges. I think you put on Chaos and get absolutely dunked on here, because it's more money. Sure, give me some stuff here. Start spending. It is just more money. But if we wait 8 chambers, that Chaos boon will re-roll into something else and hopefully something good. Really, there's only a couple things that would probably be useful here, which I believe would probably be attack damage. I think that's kind of it. Oh, yeah, I think that's pretty much it, unfortunately. Okay, we got our third hammer here, nice and early. Definitely don't want to palm anyway. That sounds lovely. One of the questions I get often is, like, why don't I think more about duo boons? What about this duo boon? Why didn't you go for that duo boon? One answer is that we have dual palm. So aiming, quote-unquote, for duo boons isn't as much of a thing. The other truthful answer is just that there's not... I'm looking at our subset here, and I'm not going to sit here and list them all, but I don't see very impactful duo boons here. Duo boons can be very hit or miss as to how useful they are, unfortunately. Okay. Don't get ensnared by something like Fetching Array. I know you might seem like, oh, it's so convenient. I don't have to get them. If you're actually using the special boost weapon, you should never need to take Fetching Array. Wildfire Array is quite nice. It's fine. I wouldn't call it amazing, but it works. It does something. It does trigger our attack damage. Most Array is just also unnecessary. Kind of does something with Aspect of Mel, but probably not much here. I feel like we just have one option there, really. I'm trying to think of some of the duo boons that are even possible here. There's like the one that would make Cut Above trigger twice between Ares and Apollo. No thanks. Trying to remember the other ones here. We can't get the one with Afro and Apollo. I don't think we can get any of the Hestia ones, if I remember right. Come on, we need some boons here. Guess I'm going to use my last recycle now. It's kind of hard to explain why, but... Am I going to recycle this and have... I guess not. I just don't need to, right? I'm just going to take the 5 max health. It did give me an insane amount of money, but I already have an insane amount of money. We still have both big shops left here, that being the Summit and Tartarus. And it'll cost us when we get there. 3 encounters left. We found a fountain room. But how does he know? Okay, I guess I'm going to recycle this one. I kind of just want to see the bonus money trigger there. I guess I'm going to take max magic. But once again, Selene does nothing. Oh, hair is here. Does that make things different? No. Hair is actually great here. Hair is fantastic. Hair has a lot of good jazz for us here, for sure. I will take that. It's kind of too bad, like, attack and special speed does nothing with this weapon. I kind of wish they had found a way to make it do something. Oh, we did not really get the things I would have hoped for. Extended family is only Olympian damage, so it doesn't actually affect the things that are doing most of our damage here. Although it is fire. The fire's tempting. It's either that or you do the bridal glow. And I don't think it's a goofy thing to take bridal glow. They could hit the special, which is good. Not amazing, I guess. Lucid Gain would be a great hit for it, actually. Grievous Blow would be an amazing hit. Snuff Candle would be good. Can't hit Mutual Destruction because it's not palmable. Flash Fry would be okay. Yeah, I think we do just take this. Extra dose is kind of mediocre, honestly. I don't need that money. We're not gonna need it. We got Cersei here too. Sick. Okay, best option here. 4% more crit chance. It's not your 3 inactive Arcana. I don't really need any of the Arcana we did not activate, I'm afraid to say. 20% dodge is pretty good. It's safe to say I don't really need the damage. It's tempting, though. It's close. I actually think the dodge is the right answer, though. There. I think that's the correct choice. Okay, my darlings. Let's be a little careful around this guy. The move speed is actually kind of meaningful there, too. I have no more recycles. We're just getting 5 more max health here. How wonderful. I'm hearing the money drops here still, left and right. We have another Shrine of Hermes. I'm hoping they just don't offer me more Selene. Affluence has been lost and Chasm has been gained. Guess I'm going to buy this too, in case it matters. What is Chasm again? Plus 96% cast damage. It's quite funny, but it's not good. It's better than what we had, though. Because I did not need that money. Okay, we got boons, baby. Buying Selene won't stop her from appearing, I'm afraid to say. Is it time to use these Rarifies for this damage reduction? I think this is a better boon than a lot of us give it credit for. Your weak effects are more potent. I don't know if it's really like Rarify worthy, but I'm kind of worried here. So our weak effects now will reduce the damage we take by 50%. Pretty good. We're not really going to use anything here. It's so expensive, right? You probably shouldn't do it. I did it anyway. I did it anyway. I think we just go ahead and take off the Chaos Keepsake already. Because I don't think there's a high chance of me getting something a lot better than that plus cast damage. Technically plausible, but I'm sure we can just make better use of that Keepsake now. Can I? Actually, good question. I would love to get more hero boons. Hello? Hiya. Okay, group them up, group them up. Oh, I specialed when I was supposed to dash. Explode! We really need more Apollo. So it's a good reason to use up those Rarifies now, in case I want to use his God Keepsake. I'm gonna wait at least one more zone, though. Okay. And we gotta. Very smooth run so far. I'm very pleased with it. Yeah, the damage done is no surprise there. For sure, Z's. Okay. I'm taking the max magic just because I can afford it, and it kind of technically helps with lucid gain, but only a very small amount, right? Okay. So now. Moonbeam to get more Selene, but I'm not really using magic, as I've explained. We don't need money whatsoever. This is tough in the sense that there's not a lot of impactful things now. You have a couple zones left. I think I'm actually going to take this silver wheel and do more max magic that way. These are meaningless. You might say, why not just buy the Hydrolite now? And I guess you got me. Why not, huh? Why not? Who do we get? We're going to Crow Bow on zone 6. I wish I had put on Knuckle Bones here, but what can you do? This is probably going to be the most dangerous fight now, the run. We have tons of time on the timer, so we could definitely do extra chambers here. If they will offer them to me. We finally get to spend some of this giant wads of money. I'm hoping they don't offer me an anvil, because that would be a waste of a shop slot, right? Because I cannot afford to take this anvil and lose Possessed Array. No, I cannot. Okay. Okay, we see Daddy. That's great. What's Daddy's best option here, I wonder? It's not Gygaro's Dash. This is actually kind of tough. We haven't fought Typhon yet either, so Deep Descent works. Unseen Ire works in every chamber, which might make you think that you want it. 40 seconds is a very long cooldown, though, but it's a very powerful boon. It's definitely not Gygaro's Dash, though. I think it's Deep Descent. I think the ads in the Kronos fight in particular make the fight as hard as it is, if that makes sense. I think reducing those ads helps substantially. Unseen Ire could allow us to burst. I don't know, though. We're in zone 6, and the enemy health bars have scaled up so much that I don't know if bursting is truly an option already. Doesn't do as much in the Typhon fight. You get one less egg, right? But that's okay. More. More? Nem, you gonna get a kill or what here, hon? Got a terrain kill. No, she did not. You should be ashamed of yourself, sweetie. We got our max health. We got our money. We got a mini boss in Aphrodite. Fortunately, still no Apollo. I might have to use the last of my rarefies here. I'm gonna stay away from these gold coins here. They're very dangerous. Ow. Okay. Not a good swap still. Secret Crush is here, though. That's pretty good. Okay, we're going to go ahead and take that. No question about it. We will rarefy it as well. We got some triple palms. Now, triple palms are worth a chamber. I know I was saying palms are low priority, and you don't really need any more, but a triple palm is obviously, I mean, if you're at 3 palms versus 1 is a big deal, as one can imagine. You really don't want to miss out on this, whereas triple money would not be meaningful for us. Ugh. 3% more chance on double damage. That's gotta be the best, yeah. Tis gotta be. Just running around. Boom, boom, boom. We can get a Path of Stars. I have to not get hit. Kind of lazily. Also, I might just get hit. Pretty high chance of it, actually. Whoa, buddy. Hey, we actually did it. Okay. Okay. Well, I guess the best thing here is just to see more doors. Tartarus can spawn a family dispute or a trial, basically a 2-boon room, right? It's possible to see those in Tartarus. So by going through more doors here gives us more odds of seeing one of those. Where one of the gods could even be Apollo or Hera. They both have very good boons that we could be using right now. If the game would allow me to. We have 2 zones left after this. So while I don't really need this Path of Stars, it's still kind of useful. Do we have the, like, charge automatically over time with Total Eclipse? I don't think you do, actually. You can start with the charge, I guess. I'll do that. Sandwiches. Okay. Running out of options here, but this does have 2 exits, so we're guaranteed something else here. Come on. Hey, what do you know? Speak of the devil. It's not Apollo, but Hera good. And I can hopefully use these rarefies. Yes, there it is, baby. Exactly what we wanted. Fine line. It's a high damage trigger move when you ever use an Omega move, which means that those Omega attack explosions are gonna pop, 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 pop. Pop, 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 pop. Fine line's gonna pop up a lot here. I think you're gonna see it on the meter pretty well now. Ow. I do think Castia is sort of the easiest trial here, too. And it might just be from a visual clarity thing, like the fireball that bounces around the room here. I find it just quite easy to keep an eye on versus some of this other crap that happens. Okay, but why are there so many enemies? Okay, I'm noticing Fine Line's not doing any damage. I don't know if we're killing enemies too fast or what. Meanwhile, Rapturing is looking pretty good. These are not meaningful. You definitely do not want to take that swap there. It would ruin Grievous Blow. I still don't want Glowing Coal. I'm not even going to rarefy this Controlled Burn, but we're just going to take it. I want the thing that doesn't hurt us there at that point, sadly. Ah, more Apollo finally. And the legendary is... Not here. This is disappointment. This is an interesting choice now. It's down to Perfect Image or Light Smite. Light Smite is more powerful than you might think. It's actually a good amount of damage. And it hits like everything in the room. The AoE is massive on it. Perfect Image again. It's a decent damage boost if I don't get hit for a long time. I actually feel like it is Light Smite. It also upgrades our Slow Cooker. Out of these... Ooh, golly. Extra Dose does not affect the Possessed Array triggers. But it's still quite good nevertheless. Not actually sure which one's best there. I'm going to go for that, though. We wound up with the Ares Legendary before the Apollo one. But, so while the Plasma means nothing to us, the extra wounds does mean a little bit of something. Basically makes our special a little bit better. So it's definitely the choice. We buy all this just because why not? Okay. I mean, we're strong. Don't get me wrong. We're strong. But they had Apollo Legendary. Oh my goodness, the chef's kiss. The chef's kiss, I tell you. It'd be super sex. Is it one more zone after this? Or is it 2? 2 more still. Okay. Let's kill these ads that are here. Okay, unfortunately, Cronus decided to do that in the corner. Kind of taking it easy, watching for that. Kill this guy, thank you. Kill this guy. Oh, I was gonna say, is that guy gonna explode? But his body disappeared, so I got kind of confused. Hey, Total Eclipse is charged up, let's go. Okay, let's get in there. Resisted, unfortunately. We don't get an ad spawn here. Probably shouldn't have blown this here. Probably should have waited for phase 2, but oh well. Try to spend some magic to start charging it up again. It just kind of felt good. Can't imagine we get any kind of skip here, but... Oh, we did. Oh no. So we actually would have survived that anyway. Because we saw the hit of block from the lovers. which will block that one hit kill move. Thank God for that, huh? I guess we didn't need it, so. There's that. Thank you. I'm gonna head and blow that so that the ads die to the Scorch from dear old auntie. There we go. You see the special doing a lot of damage. It's completely tied between regular attack, omega attack, and the special, surprisingly. Count to 12. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. And that's 12. Where is he? Okay, he decided to be 1,000 miles away. Yeah, you're supposed to just kind of dash sideways during that move. It's easier said than done. It's the hardest move to dodge in the game, I kind of feel. I think the main thing is you're almost better off not moving much at all and taking one hit rather than trying to run around and winding up taking multiple hits, because you can definitely get hit more than once from that bad boy. Okay, that's the damage cap again. Let's see where he teleports after that. Looks like he's summoning some crap here. Okay, very nice. Smooth. Yeah, weird how even the damage is. I'm kind of surprised. But yeah, you can see Fine Line's doing quite well for us here. It's doing pretty well. All right. 2 more. Typhon is one of them.
I feel so
Let's go, let's go, let's go.
That was a pretty tough old man you beat back
I do
there.
want to use Apollo's keepsake at some point. I guess I should do it for this zone. We don't really lose out on anything besides some potential use from Jeweled Palm with the additional levels. That's really the only thing we lose.
What do we have in here?
Guess I'll buy that. I don't think that actually did anything.
At last.
So much money. What's the other zone I can get? I'm actually not even sure. Oh, Cerberus.
Dream and reality.
Cerberus. Bum, bum, bum. Hey, and Apollo right away. Okay, let's go. You don't lose the levels from Jeweled Palm there for boons that you already had, but just means future boons can't have those extra levels now that we've used a God Keepsake. Come on, Legendary. Left a lot of enemies just kind of hanging out there. Okay, dokey. Fires +1 blast. +100 power. Guess I'm gonna get up here. I don't know if I really want the epic though. Had some peeps ask me like, am I done with Hades 2? Because I skipped a few days. You might have noticed. I mean, kind of like how with Hades 1, I don't know if I'll truly ever be done with this game or these games even. Legendary, yes! Your Omega attack and Omega special fire 2 times, but use more magic. The use more magic doesn't matter. Don't do nothing. In fact, it's actually almost only a good thing. I'm worried that Hestia is kind of out of boons. I know we could use more fire, but I think it's actually gonna be you. So now we get double the Omega cast, Omega attack explosions from Possessed Array here, and it's gonna start popping like a mother. Shameless Attitude is in. That's good. That's definitely the best boon there. Yeah, Possessed Ray doesn't use more magic. Actually, it's strictly a bonus, because now our Omega attack costs 60, which means I can charge up Total Eclipse faster. So it's kind of just a good thing. Boon of Aphrodite. It doesn't really do anything. Typhon's our final boss. She could give us Wispy Wiles, actually. Yeah, that's definitely going to be the best. Yeah, there you go. Plus 2% dodge for every wind. That means another 18% dodge. Pretty sexy. Oh, yeah, I'm missing a Hermes boon. Ares has nothing left. He's tapped. He's done. Max health is still tempting. I think there's still some pretty good Hermes boons here, even though the other rewards are not good in this door. I'll always be a sucker for these games, and I'll probably never truly ever stop playing them. I mean, maybe if there's like a Hades 3, I'll just move on to that. But if there isn't, that's kind of fine too. It feels like I could just keep playing this game essentially forever. Maybe I'd have some breaks here and there, you know? Maybe we need to go find some inspiration for, like, different types of things to do. Maybe we wait for a cool mod, who knows? But you never truly leave, it feels. I think the gameplay here is just, I don't know, it's too strong. I would love to find some kind of repetitive way to play it that makes it interesting for myself and the viewers all at once. Ooh. 3 good options here. Travel deal's not a good option. We don't need it. Success rate increases a lot of our crit chance stuff, grievous blow, a few other things. Hasty retreat is good for a lot of dodge. I'm not certain what's... I only paused there. Normally I would just snap pick success rate there. But the truth is, if we're going for what's best, it's possible hasty retreat gives me so much dodge that it's actually more worthwhile. Not sure there. All right, start burning everything, lady. Okay, let's go.
I can get out now.
We definitely don't want any palms. Let's try to spend some money here, shall we? Oh, boy. Now, what do you got left? Well, you got something. Yeah, spiritual affirmation is the only one that really does anything there. Gives us some more wind. Fine line or grievous blow. I don't know. My heart tells me it's fine line. More base damage on it sounds pretty good when we have a lot of percentage increases going on throughout the build. Although it's just going to be such a low priority compared to what's happening on the screen right now. Or rather, it's just going to be hard for that damage to even, like, trigger when we kill so many things the way that we are. Please die. Thank you. This is probably about as good as a build can get in Hades 2. Even across 8 zones, I would say. Let's go, Hestia. Burn that dog. Burn that dog. Kind of awkwardly in the position here. Okay, got another Hestia here. Very good. Got him. Playtime is over, baby. Y'all got games like that? I think everyone has, like, a comfort game like that. Or it doesn't matter how much time has passed, you could potentially play it. I have a couple other ones, kind of, probably.
To your master in mode.
Some nostalgic games. I think Super Metroid comes to mind. Castlevania Symphony of the Night 2 as well, rather. For the final zone, the best choice is probably just Knuckle Bones. Take less damage, deal damage to Typhon at the beginning of the fight. The beginning of the fight is not particularly dangerous, but that's okay. Right? I guess that Corlex was wholly unnecessary in hindsight, which is too bad.
How did I know?
Which I guess means it was a mistake, but at the same time, what keepsake could I have put on that would
Fortress of the gods.
have been more impactful? I'm not really sure. If we had gotten travel deal from Hermes, we could have bought more things from the shop and would have made it maybe better. Might have still been too much money, not sure. Hello? I hate these little heads.
Some coins.
Saw another gold pot, but I don't think we need it. Bum, bum, bum. Hestia. Or Afro. I'm worried that Hestia's out of boons here. I don't think this choice is meaningful. Neither of them really have anything that we super desire. Not that I can think of, at least. Mew, 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 mew. Do we even have any dual boons? It is interesting that we have none. And we've got 2 legendaries, so that's something, but... Does that mean that there's, like, a bit of a fault here? Like, maybe we needed some bigger... Oh, my God. More transformative duos? Okay, so now I have to take Glowing Coal, because these swaps are bad. Like, really, really bad. So that's kind of annoying. So no more Hestia boons. Although if I got Cardio Gain offered, that actually wouldn't be that bad. That's her magic regen. I'd probably just rather have Lucid Gain still, but... Enemies still hit me kind of hard here. So it doesn't take much for me to die. Please, game. Triple palm. Big door. Big door. Let's go. Big door with a big ball gaming. Watch it go down, baby. And this is zone 8. So enemies' health have scaled up like many, many, many times over compared to a normal run. That's crazy. That is absolutely wild. These are terrible. Profuse bleeding, I guess? It's really bad, but yeah, none of those do anything. I'm here, buddy. More Hermes boons, at least, huh? Oh, wow, so we actually got a 4th Hermes boon. Wispy Wiles and Slow Cooker goes up. Hey, Hasty Retreat came back. That's definitely the best option, and it's not close. We don't buy that Hestia boon. I don't think I do. I definitely don't take that. I guess I'm taking Blood Spree, which does essentially nothing, too. Yeah, we have to skip that. I'd rather not chance it with, like, weird swaps or something. Okay. Maybe we could have swapped out Lucid Gain and then we get one more fire, but I guess I'm just kind of worried that somehow it's not going to happen. It was too bad we got forced into Glowing Coal already. Explode! Before he even got it off, really. Okay. We run away for a minute there. Not every run can be like this. Let me be clear. This is kind of a possessed array run thing. Literally the most powerful hammer in the game. I think it's pretty safe to say. So it's not just like I've been holding back on y'all. In case you think that. Okay, Egg is dead. I'm actually out of magic. Yeah, maybe cardio game was better. We're actually out of magic. Lucid Gain is not keeping up. So that's probably why this is going a little bit slower now. Okay. Bum, 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 bum. I was reading, I know most of my discussions are around like subreddit threads, but this one was kind of funny because it was kind of everyone venting on like who they thought was the most unfair boss in the game. And the OP was saying like Typhon's so unfair, it's unpredictable, it's just a mess of crap, it's not even fun. Blah, blah, blah. They're very upset. But it always just comes back to everyone has like a nemesis in the game. And everyone thinks like one boss is harder than the rest and things like that, including myself even. And that's okay. It's probably just a sign that like maybe they did it right then, you know? Maybe that's a sign they did it right then. Boom, boom, boom. Explode on them. Let's go. I'm thinking about it. It was probably a mistake to not take that SC, because I think we might have been guaranteed to swap cardio gain in. Maybe. Not 100% on that, though. There we go, though. Attack. Omega attack on the top. Special did pretty well, though. Cast damage. Fine line wound up on the meters, despite getting it in, like, the 6th zone or something like that. So that's kind of interesting. I think it makes it just more sad that, like, a boon like Cut Above, and even more so Profuse Bleeding, wherever the hell that is just not that good, unfortunately. But yeah, that is the best of everything run, I think we could say. You want to have a run like that. I mean, it's kind of just about down to these hammer choices, I think, at the end of the day. And there we are. Thank you all so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed it. I hope it was a bit more informative. I tried to be so, but not every run will necessarily be me over-explaining every single thing. But I don't know. If you liked it, let me know. I don't really mind. That's for sure. That's for sure. Thank you all so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed it. Like, comment, subscribe. You know what I asked for. I'll see ya in another video.